really throwing the polo around. Let's watch him over the jump. Yeah, well, like Loeb, playing it safe over that daunting crest. You really get a sense of the speed here, and that new Volkswagen is quick in the air as it is on the ground. Jari-Matti really seems to be growing in confidence in this car with every passing kilometre.
Enjoying that, aren't you?
Yeah, now it's the way it needs to go. So, but let's see. Osier is flying on the roads, but I'm at least happy that I'm starting to get my confidence back.
Yeah, as Latvala mentioned, it's his teammate who leads. Sébastien Ogier's speed so far in 2013 has been simply breathtaking. Really clean jump from the Frenchman as well. Ogier showing style with substance, quicker than Loeb and Latvala, and he's done that with a gear shift problem.
How did stage 4 go?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm very happy. Just still my problem with the shifting, but it's okay. And now service is coming, so I'm sure we're gonna fix it.
Well, Mats Osberg is running out of sequence after stopping to make more repairs on that troublesome engine. He's also dropped 20 seconds in time penalties for arriving late at the stage start. Great view of the crest from above here as well. And Scandinavian fans roadside appreciating Mads' efforts. His repairs have been effective. Mads is immediately on the pace. That's a first stage win for the Norwegian, and his fight back has well and truly begun. One man who has a mountain to climb to get back in the running, though, is Mikko Hirvonen. With little to lose, he should definitely be fun to watch over the jump. Wow. Well, with 25 minutes to make up following that off-road excursion earlier, the Citroën Stars' dreams of Sweden win number 3 are truly in tatters now. But he is definitely giving it a go here. That really was some leap from the quite literally flying Finn.
Mikko, it's been a disappointing morning for you. End of the 4th stage now. Any better in there?
Yeah, we stayed on the road. You know, big improvement.
Hirvonen at least seeing the funny side. He's way down in 20th place at the moment, but up at the front. Ogier's advantage over Loeb stands at just over 10 seconds. Osberg's fight back will begin from 4th, and Pontus Tiedemann remains in a terrific 5th. Further back, Danny Sordo, Thierry Neuville, and the returning Henning Solberg round off the top 10. After a quick service stop back at Hagfors Airport, it's soon back out to the forest for the afternoon loop. And let's return to that compelling contest for second. Well, as we saw in Vargassen, Latvala is really growing into the Polo R. And this is a man who grew up driving on ice and snow. He knows how to tackle these roads as well as anyone. And with this aggressive charge through stage 5, he storms back into the runner-up spot by just a single tenth of a second. Oof, good jump by Loeb as well there. We should relish these fights while we can before the man known as Lemaitre finally leaves the sport that's made him a legend. And Loeb will certainly be loving every minute of this. Oh, Loeb continues to live life on the edge, using the snowbank to bounce back on the road there. Still incredibly close, but the Frenchman a few tenths of a second slower than Latvala again. Well, Loeb's Citroën teammate Danny Sordo, meanwhile, is currently in 8th place. The Spanish sensation, never too comfortable on ice and snow. Oh, but he's getting a close-up taste of the white stuff, whether he likes it or not in here. Sordo, the latest victim of those sneaky snowbanks. Looking at that again, just too wide, and try as he might, he can't power through of the snow. Sordo was eventually able to get moving, but after losing 4.5 minutes, he's plummeted down to 13th. Up front, Ogier still our leader. There's just half a second between Latvala and Loeb. Pontus Tiedemund has slipped back to 6th with fellow Ford privateer Juha Hänninen in 7th.
So things looking very good for Sebastian Ogier and Volkswagen, continuing to make a big impact on their debut in the WRC. Can Ogier maintain his great start and earn the overnight lead here in Sweden? We'll find out in just a moment. Welcome back once again to Rally Sweden, where Sebastian Ogier is leading in the VW. Before we see how he goes in the final stages of the day, let's first catch up with the WRC Support Championship. WRC 2 features up-and-coming drivers competing in near showroom specification cars. Sepp Wiegen, in his Skoda Fabia S2000, is hoping to build on his victory in Monte Carlo, running third here in Sweden though. Driving for only the second time on snow, Yazid Al-Raji from Saudi Arabia. He recorded 2 fastest stage times, earning him second position, more than a minute ahead of Wiegen. No stranger to snow, Norwegian Anders Grøndal. Mixed fortunes for him though, went off in stage 2 but recovered to finish the day in front, leading by more than 30 seconds. The big retirement, fellow Norwegian Evian Brynildsen, who suffered mechanical problems. So confirmation, Grøndal's lead of 32 seconds at the end of the day. Ukrainian Yuri Protasov, also in an Impreza, is 4th, well ahead of Nicholas Fuchs, who completes the top 5. OK, back to the main event and Paul King.
Thanks, Kevin. And with one more pass through the famous Vargassen, and a chance now to catch up with some of the runners further back. Czech privateer Martin Prokop has started to make some progress on the leaderboard. The Ford driver has fought his way into the final point-scoring place in 10th. And what a day it's been for Pontus Tiedemund. The 22-year-old has been as high as 4th on his WRC debut. But he will be delighted to find himself in 6th at the end of the tough opening leg. Clearly the knowledge of these spectacular stages of his homeland proving invaluable, but this has still been a tremendous display. And back to that feisty fight for the runner-up spot now. Jari-Matti Latvala beginning this final forest stage of the day, just half a second ahead of Sebastian Loeb. Oh, but I think there's a problem here for the Finn. He's grasping his intercom lead. I don't think he can hear his co-driver Mika Anttila. Well, with no pace notes advising what lies ahead, Jari's got no choice but to back off, surely. He's clearly not happy. Nothing Anttila can do but shake his head. And it's still a brave drive considering that disadvantage, but Jari does slip back behind Loeb to 3rd.
What's happening?
The intercom broke and we lost in the beginning of the stage. I was driving without notes first 10 kilometers, and I can tell you that I'm quite angry at the moment.
That must be just so difficult.
Yeah, and especially now when you're on the fight in such a fast rally, but that's what can I do? Nothing.
Well, one man who has sailed through this opening leg with no problems and a seemingly imperious drive through the snow-covered Swedish roads is Sebastian Ogier. The early signs of this Ogier-VW collaboration look increasingly daunting for the Frenchman's rivals in 2013. Stage 7 is cleared, and it's been a near-perfect run for the 29-year-old. Ogier saw his lead reduced on the final stage of the day, the Karlstad Super Special, but by just 0.8 of a second. More significantly, Loeb increased his advantage over Latvala by 0.2 over the short 1.9-kilometre stage. Mads Osberg is 4th, and confirmation there that Pontus Tiedemund ends his first day in the WRC in 6th.
It's incredible that you're so comfortable and so confident in this car on the snow. Everyone else must be scratching their heads wondering where it's coming from.
I don't know, but last test on last Sunday was really concluding. It was really interesting. I had very good feeling, and then I had still the question about the performance, but now I start to have the answer also for the performance, so it's looking good for the future.
Maybe you should tell Jari Matti what your setup is.
Yeah, I know exactly what is my setup, and it's quite close between us, so it's not really different, but still there is a difference. So maybe gonna try tomorrow. I don't know.
So all good for Sebastian Ogier so far, but a long way to go here in Sweden. Lots of big tests to come, including tomorrow, which features more classic action through the spectacular Swedish forests. We'll see you again then.